Ever since 2024, Samsung been holding the upper hand in the smartphone game. No caps needed for this one. You know Apple's been king of the hill for a minute, but now Samsung stepped up their game and they keep on coming for that crown. With the release of the Galaxy S25 series, the S25, S25 Plus, and S25 Ultra, Samsung's letting everybody know that they ain't just playing around. While Apple's been sitting comfy with their predictable updates, Samsung's been out here revolutionizing the smartphone scene. From groundbreaking AI features to camera upgrades that might have you rethinking your iPhone, Samsung's flexing all the right muscles. And don't even get me started on the design. Samsung's getting real slick with it, making Apple's moves look a little outdated. So yeah, if you thought Samsung was just following Apple's lead, think again. The Galaxy S25 series is where it's at right now, and they're showing us that in 2025, it's all about innovation, performance, and that next level tech that Apple's gonna have to catch up with. Stick around, cause we're about to dive into the top 6 reasons why Samsung's taking the lead in this race. Let's get it. First things first, that camera housing. It's now bolder, with a black border. Now, I know it might seem like a small tweak, but trust me, this is the kind of detail that's going to set the S25 series apart from all them older models. You feel me? Next up, the S25 base and the Plus. They're kind of similar to what you've seen before. But now let's talk about the Ultra. You remember the S24 Ultra, right? It had that flat front and back, but the edges were just a little curved. Well, the S25 Ultra, flat front, flat back, and now the edges are all flat too. That gives it a sleek, sporty rectangle vibe. It's like Samsung was like, we gonna make this thing look sharp. Then you've got the corners. The S24 Ultra had them sharp edges, but on the S25 Ultra, Samsung's softening them up. They've rounded them out so it feels smooth, like a baby's bottom. It's all about that comfort, baby. And here's something that might not sound huge, but trust me, it's important. The S25 Ultra is 15% thinner, and it's 15 grams lighter than the S24 Ultra. Now, I know 15 grams doesn't sound like much, but yo, it make a difference when you're holding that phone in your hand. So yeah, no crazy design upgrades, but they made just enough of a tweak to let you know, hey, this is the new S25 series. Now, let's move on to the display, fam. When it comes to display tech and size, the S25 base and Plus stay the same as last year. But the Ultra, oh, it's flexing with a 6.9-inch display up from the 6.8-inch one on the S24 Ultra. Now, the S25 Ultra got a bigger screen, but get this, it's still thinner and lighter than the S24 Ultra. How cool is that? But there's a couple of things I gotta mention. First off, the anti-reflective coating on the Ultra. Yup, it's still there, making the screen the most readable one outdoors, period. And the second thing, the S25 Ultra comes with Gorilla Glass Armor 2 protection. Now, this glass is supposedly 29% more scratch resistant than the last gen. And if you've ever used the S24 Ultra, you know that thing had some god-tier scratch resistance. I don't even know how much tougher this one's gonna be, but it's gonna be something serious. The base and Plus still got Gorilla Glass Victors too, though. Now let's talk performance. All 3 of these devices are rocking the Snapdragon 8 Elite, so it don't matter what market you in, you're getting the same power, and we ain't talking just raw performance either. The 8 Elite got AI computing, and I'll dive deeper into that a little later. But here's the kicker. Each of these phones now come with 12 gigs of RAM by default, and trust me, that's necessary, because all that AI computing, it needs the juice. With 12 gigs, everything's gonna run smooth and quick, no doubt. And here's another little thing for you. The vapor chamber, the thing that keeps your phone cool, it's 40% larger on the S25 Ultra compared to the S24 Ultra, and 15% larger on the base and Plus. So what does that mean? Better cooling, better efficiency, better performance, and longer battery life. You love to see it. Okay, now let's talk cameras. Not much change hardware-wise across all three models, except the Ultra gets a bumped-up ultra-wide camera from 12 megapixels to 50 megapixels. More light, more detail, better ultra-wide shots. So yeah, that's a win right there. But let's get into the software. They added some cool features. For starters, the default video recording is now in 10-bit HDR, which makes everything look more dynamic. And if you don't want that, just turn it off. But here's the big one. You can now shoot videos in log format. That means you can capture more detail and color correct it to make it look super cinematic. If you know what you're doing, that is. There's also an audio eraser that'll help you cut out background noise or even voices from your videos. Plus, there's a new spatial temporal filter that's going to improve low-light video performance. We're going to have to test all these features out, but trust me, when that full review drops, y'all will want to be tuned in. Now, the AI capabilities on the S25, Samsung's killing the game right now, fam. Not only do they offer the most AI features, but they're the most useful too. Forget all the old AI features you already know about. I'm talking about the new stuff. For example, now you can have conversational searches. All you gotta do is long press the power button to launch Gemini, and this ain't your average Gemini. All right, this one's integrated into Google apps, Samsung apps, and even the system level of One UI. You can say things like, find me a rooftop restaurant with Chinese food, live music, and it better be nearby. And boom, it'll give you results based on where you at. It'll even schedule things for you, like putting an upcoming tournament right into your Samsung calendar. And yo, if you want your text visibility increased, just ask and it'll show you all the options for font size and readability. No need to sound all professional when you talk to your phone anymore. It gets the context. And there's this feature called AI Select. You can tap on a QR code from your boarding pass and it'll let you add it to your Samsung wallet. The phone understands what's on the screen and gives you options. Let's say you want to find pictures of your dog rubbing on the rug, just search for it in the gallery and boom, it'll pull up those photos for you. Now, that's dope. Another cool thing is called Now Brief. It's gonna give you a summary of everything you need to know right when you need to know it. Traffic updates, news, when to leave for an event, it's got your back, fam. One UI 7 is also coming with the S25. And if you want to know all the new features, I got a video for that. I'll link it right here so y'all can check it out. And guess what else? Samsung is promising 7 years of OS upgrades and security updates. So your phone's going to be good for a long time. Before I wrap this up, a few more things caught my eye. First, the Pro Scaler tech that's going to improve your viewing experience by 40%. All powered by the Snapdragon 8 Elite. Then, there's a new personal data engine that tracks your app usage and gives you recommendations. And don't worry, everything's encrypted and secure with Samsung Knox. Your data stays on your phone, period. Let me give you an example of how the personal data engine works. Let's say you're watching something on your Samsung TV, fall asleep, and your phone or watch detects you're inactive. It'll turn off the TV for you. That's just one way it works. But you get the picture. It's all about making your life easier. So y'all, these are the new features and updates I saw on the Galaxy S25 series. We're gonna test them all out and see how they perform. Stay tuned for photo and video samples, AI capabilities in action, battery life, and more. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that bell so you don't miss out. Help a brother out. It really supports the channel. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.